foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board like I'm keeping score. Ay, 16 cars in my front yard. Ay, 30 on my wrist.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
At their own 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A former Seminole back home in Florida. It's Dalvin Cook. And some room to maneuver. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there right off the bat. 49 yards on the ground.
First down, Minnesota.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to...
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They will run with Clement. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. A very early decision to be made here.
There is, and I think that because they're the home team, I would ride that wave a little bit, and I would gamble and go for it. Doesn't seem like it's optimal, but you're the home team. You'll get the support of the crowd all game long. Go get it right now. Put 6 on the board.
So a nice opening drive on the road. You get the 3 points. Part of you wonders if that might hurt them later not getting into the end zone.
Well, the good thing is still first quarter, and they did come out of it with points. In a sense, they could look at positively and say, hey, we set the pace in this one. I think that's how they'll go about it.
Foles and the Jags come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Here's Foles. Bryant has it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on 2nd down. Foles. It's complete to Chris Conley. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Easy, easy. 24, check 24.
Now Foles. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Foles. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Clement to start the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Cousins, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Right there, 56.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 27, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You run. Shoot. He's checking. Girl. He's checking. Crash.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Check 9. Recon, 132 fighter. Twist. Kill. Caden full. Great.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Foles nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Hey, 7-1. Bravo. Right there. 54.
Back to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was the veteran Devin McCourty. He got a hand in there to break that one up. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Let's go.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack it here. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, here's Love. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On second down, it's Love. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 33.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
He's coming.
It'll be Love to try and get the first. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Josh Lambo on for the field goal.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, first and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3, second and 7 forthcoming. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
From the 45 on second down, Cousins. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
So now it's third and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Hey, watch the slant.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Mark 55! Mark 55! Here we go, G!
2nd and 11. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Hey, one Sam. Check, Mike.
They'll look to throw here. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. This is taken around the 12. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Following a good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. Cook stripped, the ball's out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 30. Seven-yard line. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
A 6-yard pickup.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Topper! Kill. Jam. Leo, be grip.
On second down, here's Fournette. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down. Here's Cousins. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So, flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
They come out here in the eye. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And an alley to run. Tyler Lockett. Jaguars. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. lot of football, full half to be played. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it. Girl. Under. Switch.
2nd and 13. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That good for 19 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Uchenna Nwosu in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They need to reverse the trend. The last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They do get 8 out of the pitch and catch. However, it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A touchdown would tie it. They trail 13-6 as they come up with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Push him back. Go.
2nd and 9 now. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Mike is 59. Mike's 59. Hey, pick your game. Mike's 59. Yes. 59. All day, baby. All day. All day. Go, go. Catch it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The 20, and now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked off that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll run on first down. Love. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
From the 39,
Foles. Over the middle, complete. That's Love. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. They're going to look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Alert. Alert. 3 down. 3 down.
Back to throw here. Complete to Bryant. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Here's Foles. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Again, it's Cook. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
No.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st down, it's Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Check 55, Mike.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
4th down now after a loss of 2. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. Give them 4 on the carry there, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Looking to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Under.
Hey, Delta. You don't know no better.
54.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Love. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. On the draw, this is Love. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. Now Foles. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game.
Great.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Right there. 50.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's...
Yes.
And we got to get to the ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. What are you?
Foles. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. The Jaguars now will use the... last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
2nd and 1. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 12-yard line.
Here we go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Minnesota, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.